So you're live.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Welcome to this session. Thanks for being a part of this session. I am Dr. Harvinder Singh. I am a professor in marketing and chairperson of admissions at IMT Ghaziabad. And today we are here to have a conversation with you over something which is of very high significance as far as shaping your careers are concerned. You must be aware that IMT Ghaziabad has opened its application form for admission to its PGDM programs. When we say IMT, we are talking of three campuses: IMT Ghaziabad, Hyderabad, and Nagpur. Of course, Dubai is also a campus of ours, but this particular application process does not contain applications. However, one of the IMT Ghaziabad programs has a year-long module in Dubai. Today, I'll be talking to you. I'll be taking you through the entire process. Along with me, helping me in this process are Dr. Nikhil Rastogi, admission chairpersons from IMT Hyderabad, Dr. G.S. Matharu, the chairperson admission from IMT Nagpur. We also have admission of heads from all three campuses and the support team. So we will take you through the entire process, which talks about admission process. We'll give you a brief overview of the three campuses, and then we will be open to any questions from your side. The intention of this session is to clarify any doubts that you may have in your mind about how to go about the IMT admission process. Fine. So yes, let's move ahead. So as I told you earlier, we are a 45-year-old group. The oldest campus was IMT Ghaziabad, and later we added two more campuses. Nagpur came up in 2004. A couple of years later, we had Dubai. Hyderabad was the youngest campus. Fine. Next slide, please. Next. Okay. So when we talk about admission to IMT Ghaziabad PGDM programs, please note that these programs are accredited by AICTE, Government of India, and the norms for intake are largely governed by government regulations. For example, anyone having a bachelor's degree with minimum 50% marks is eligible to apply for any of these programs. Fine. Apart from that, the rules also mandate that we must have a test score as a qualifying criteria. So all three campuses use three tests: CAT, ZAT, and GMAT. Apart from that, Nagpur campus also uses a fourth test called CMAT. So three tests are common for all three campuses: CAT, ZAT, and GMAT. Now, please note that CAT and ZAT dates are very well defined. These are conducted once in a year. Now, GMAT is a more flexible test. And this year, we are making one big change. Till last year, we were very liberal in receiving GMAT scores till the very last moment. And as a result, people used to schedule their GMAT exams very late. Results used to come very late. And that created a lot of complications for us because we have a formal process of receiving score from the test agency, from the candidate. And then we get this verified by the agency. So this year, irrespective of whenever you appear for GMAT test, the score should reach us by 15th of January. If your GMAT result score reaches us by 16th, we will not accept. 16th of January 2026, we are saying not acceptable. 15th Jan is the deadline. This is a clear departure from the previous years. So please, if you are planning to appear for GMAT, book your test dates carefully. Do it as quickly as you can. And as I told you earlier, CMAT is the option only for Nagpur campus. So Nagpur will take 4 tests, and Hyderabad, Ghaziabad take 3 test scores: CAT, GMAT, and ZAT. CAT and ZAT dates are once in a year. GMAT is flexible, but scores should reach us before 15th of January 2026. Now, as per Government of India norms of Ministry of Education, prior work experience is not mandatory for entry into an MBA or PhD program. Fine. So yes, if you are a fresher, if you are completing your graduation in 2026, feel free to be a part of the process. You have a very equal right to get into the PGDM program. However, people who have experience, they of course get an edge in the form of additional scores assigned to experience. But please remember that if you are a very good if you are a bright, brilliant fresher, you stand a very good chance of getting into an MBA program at IMT Ghaziabad. PGDM saying it specifically. Fine. Next slide, please. So it's a 5-step process getting into IMT Ghaziabad. Step 1 is on. 1 and 2, I must say. So step 1 means you fill in the application form, you apply it online. There's a prescribed fee, and the best part of this fee is this fee of 3,500 rupees makes you eligible to apply and compete for all 3 campuses. Unlike many other institutions or groups that would want you to apply separately to separate campus and pay a separate fee, in case of IMT group, a single application and a single fee makes you eligible for admission to 3 campuses. Once that is done, another important step is filling a document called profile detail form. That's step number 2. This is very important because when you appear for the interview, your interviewers, the panelists, the faculty members who talk to you, they would have access to this profile detail form. So whatever is mentioned here is likely to be the input for the questions they ask. Fine. So please make sure that you fill your profile detail form comprehensively, give information which is as accurate as possible, as updated as possible. And of course, please fill it well within the time so that we get enough time to process. In fact, when we check your eligibility in terms of academic scores or test scores, we rely a lot on what you declare in the profile detail form. If this is incomplete, we may not process your case further, or we may not line you up for the interview. And if your interview lining up gets delayed, you may not get a center of your choice. We'll come to it later. I'll tell you why it happens. We all understand CAT happens on 30th of November, and the result is declared somewhere in the last week of December. So when the results are declared, we will give you the option of submitting test scores. So your application form will be logged in for some time, but we will reopen it. We'll unlock it for you for a limited time window so that you can upload your test scores. We are asking this because IMT campuses historically have a very high test cutoff. So anyone who appears for CAT should not believe that they would get an interview call. Getting an interview call depends on you qualifying the cutoff score for that year. Fine. For example, last year our IMT Ghaziabad cutoff was 93. Hyderabad was, I think, 80. Nagpur close to 75. So if someone gets a test score, CAT score less than that, they are not eligible for interview for that campus. So please update your test scores, and please update them honestly, specifically. Do not round the numbers off just to make it look more attractive, because we send these submitted scores to the test conducting agencies for verification. And any deviation from your claimed score and the score certified by the agency would make your application invalid, because it would reflect that you have given false information. After that is done, of course, we process the applications, we check the eligibility, and then we line people up for selection process, which is CTPI, we call it, critical thinking and personal interview. This is an offline process, in-person process. We do that at 14 locations across India. We'll share details of it in the next slide sometime later. So there are rather three parts to that process. So you report to a location that will be allocated to you based on your preference. Once you reach there, you do registration. It means you show your credentials, certain documents that we want you to carry that day. We want to be very sure that whatever you claimed is actually correct or true. So we'll verify those documents. Then part number 2, you appear for a critical thinking test. So critical thinking test is a pen and paper test. We give you a topic. For example, on a particular day, all locations across India, during one session, say morning session, we'll have same topic. And you're supposed to give your views, fine, pros and cons types. We want to check your writing ability. We want to check your thinking ability, how critical you are in analyzing themes. We'll talk more about critical thinking test in the Q&A part. And the third component that day is the personal interview. So you appear before a panel of experts, two of them, both are faculty members from IMT campuses. Fine. So all three campuses contribute to the panel of experts, and you appear before the panel, and the panel would check your suitability on certain parameters. Communication, confidence, clarity, and the detailed pro forma that they're supposed to record. Fine. So you're supposed to express yourself as honestly, as transparently as possible. And the panel will assign you certain scores. Fine. Once the scores are assigned, and remember, based on your profile and documents, you also get scores for your academic performance, your experience, your test score, your interview, your critical thinking write up. All these scores are added to arrive at a final selection list. You may call it merit list, whatever the word you like. Based on that, we prepare the final selection or merit list. And then, based on your place in the merit, you are offered a program and a campus, of course. So, different campuses have different cutoffs. And then within each campus, depending on if you're ranking very high in merit, you get your first preference. But if you're not ranking very high in the merit, you may not get a first preference, you may get a second preference of the program. Fine. We'll talk more about these programs later. Can we move to the next slide, please? This is important. We want to reach out to people all across India. We do not want students to miss out on the opportunity to get into an IMT campus simply because the interview was at a location which was not convenient. So we are actually making an extra effort. We are, I think, one of the rare institutions in India who are traveling to 14 locations just to reach out to students. Out of these 14 locations, 3 are our own campuses, Ghaziabad, Hyderabad, Nagpur, where we have unlimited capacity. We can interview as many students at these locations. However, the remaining 11 locations are hired locations. And there we do not have unlimited access to resources in the form. Some locations are available only for a certain number of days. And on each day, only a fixed number of panels can be deployed. It means the capacity of each center is limited. And that is why I say, I request you to fill in the application form as early as possible and book your interview PI preference. It may so happen that if we see that the capacity at a particular center is exhausted, say in next 3 days, we may disable that option in the application form. So when you log in, maybe you get 13 or 12 locations because 1 or 2 locations are already full. Fine. So I strongly advise you, encourage you to fill in the application form quickly and book the uh, interview location. We actually ask for more than one location in the application form because, I mean, we try our level best to give you your preferred location. But in case it doesn't work out, if a location is very popular, then we may have to look at your second locational preference. Another issue, before we line you up for the interviews, we want to be very sure that your application form as well as profile detail form is filled. So now some people say, okay, let me take some time. I'll fill the PDF very late. Please understand, as long as your profile detail form is not filled, we will not process your interview thing. As a result, maybe capacity at a location gets exhausted simply because your profile was not considered, it was incomplete. So fill in the application form, fill in the profile detail form also, and get considered for a location of your choice for interviews. We can move to the next slide. So selection. As I indicated earlier, it's a multi-attribute thing. We do not make selection based only on one thing called your academic score or your CAT-ZAT score. We look at a number of attributes so as to have a balanced personality on an MBA classroom. For example, we are looking for people who have got strong academic record. If you are from a good institution and your percentages are really good, we appreciate that. and we give due weightage to it in the evaluation matrix. There are scores assigned for academic performance. And then we also encourage academic and professional continuity. It has been observed that many people actually spend 2, 3, 4 years, they take a break and they try for something else. And when they fail in that, eventually PGDM at IMT becomes their second option. I mean, we would not want to have, we would actually love to have students whose first preference is MBA at IMT Ghaziabad. That is why we actually prefer people who have academic and professional continuity. We understand 1 or 2 years here and there, people do take chances. That's okay. But if you have long gaps in your profile, that's really not appreciated. Fine. Work experience is not mandatory. Freshers are encouraged to apply. Please apply. You stand a good chance. In fact, be it IMT or be it any other business school, good business school, freshers comprise nearly 50%, nearly half the batch. So you need not feel discouraged. All good colleges have fresh graduates as MBA students. We take test scores. I told you all three campuses take three tests: CAT, at GMAT, Nagpur takes CMAT, and cutoffs vary from year to year. I also gave you a hint about what the cutoff was last year. This year it may remain same, it may go up, depending upon the competitive dynamics or applicants' enthusiasm towards the campuses. In the admission process, you have critical thinking test and you have interview. Present your best foot forward. Be as confident, communicative, transparent, honest in the interview. And we hope interviewers like you and rate you high, because that score goes into your final merit. And work experience, if you are a fresher, you don't qualify for that, you don't compete for that. But if you have experience, please state it. Also give us relevant documents as evidence, because that experience would carry some additional scores. Fine. Let's move on. Okay, now I invite my colleague Dr. Nikhil Rastogi from IMT Hyderabad to give us an overview of IMT Hyderabad and its programs. Dr. Rastogi.
Yeah. Thank you, Professor Harvinder Singh. So, good evening, everyone. This is Professor Nikhil Rastogi. I'm professor in the area of finance and accounting at IMT Hyderabad. So IMT Hyderabad is the youngest of the campus, as Professor shared. So we started our journey in 2011. And as you can see, in a short span of time, for an academic institute, we have achieved significant milestones in different rankings. And that is, again, a commentary on the processes that are rigorous enough to command such rankings. Apart from that, we are also accredited by SACS, NBA. We are a member of AACSB and EFMD. Our program is equivalent to an MBA. So that's why you see the AIU, Association of Indian Universities, makes it equivalent to an MBA program. Yeah, next slide. So we have 4 programs, as you can see on the screen. So the first 3, PGDM Finance, and PGDM Marketing, these 3 are programs where the first year is common for all the students. And in the second year, the students are moving into the specialization. Now, as far as the first one is concerned, which is PGDM, students can choose their specialization in the second year. While for PGDM Finance, please go back to the previous slide. While for PGDM Finance and PGDM Marketing, they have chosen finance and marketing respectively as specialization. But apart from that, they can choose additional specialization. So in that respect, PGDM Finance, and PGDM Marketing, as I said, they have common first year, but specialization happens in second year. The fourth program, which is a third year into its life, is PGDM Logistics and Supply Chain Management. This is an industry track program for which we have tied up with CI Institute for Logistics. And unlike the first three in this program, the specialization starts from the very first year, apart from the foundational courses. So that is about these four programs at IMT Hyderabad. Next slide, please. Okay, so as far as specializations are concerned, we have 6 specializations: general management, human resource management, marketing, analytics and information technology, finance and accounting, and operations management. Now, though you might see these as independent specializations, but what we have followed at IMT Hyderabad is to have a cafeteria approach. So what that means is that while you can major in one area, but you could also choose courses which can enable you to major in more than one area. However, there could be some of you who want to create your own bouquet of courses. And that is enabled through the system, as I mentioned about cafeteria approach, where you can combine different courses and subjects and create a customized bouquet of courses for yourself, apart from these specializations. Next slide. So as far as IMT Hyderabad is concerned, we believe that a strong corporate connect is an ideal parameter which creates industry-ready students. So we are in a way lucky to have a locational advantage where Hyderabad, as you're aware, is a pharma and IT hub. It's also a startup and innovation hub with T Hub and T Work being the prominent hubs which are catering to entrepreneurship and manufacturing. Apart from that, as you're aware, close to 350 global capability centers have their presence here, and they are catering into area of financial services, banking, insurance, apart from technology and healthcare. So we are into an ideal location where we can establish good corporate connect in multiple sectors. Next slide. This slide presents our broad program highlights. So I'll just briefly talk about each one of them. The first one, which is one-to-one mentoring. The idea here is that to create industry-ready professionals, the student should get a taste of what is it like to work in industry. So some of the students, based on the selection in the second year, we give them a facility of being mentored by industry leaders. So where they are facing or they're experiencing the challenges that leaders face, and they get into the problem solving mindset, which is more key to being a successful professional. We also have one initiative called as Global Immersion Program. So one of the prominent aspects of this is international relations, where some of the students spend time abroad, maybe a term or two, and they undergo courses. But we have added a second dimension to it, where most of the students who are not able to go for one reason or the other, they we call the experts, global experts in different domains. And these students are treated to the knowledge and the global trends which these experts bring to the classroom. The unique part in global immersion is a project where the students do a project on a specific country, but in that, the project is undertaken with the help of a buddy who belongs to that country. So this encourages good teamwork and learning about the different nations that they work with. Then third feature is industry guided courses, where 20% of the sessions in our classes, we strive to complete that by industry practitioners. So practitioners in our world, we define as people with more than 10 years of work ex. So they bring their practice, knowledge, and experience to the classroom more in the nature of the functional part. The fourth is we believe that not everything can be taught through a course mode. So for emerging areas, we have a facility of doing workshops. So these workshops could be in the area of personal branding, they could be in the area of design thinking, they could be area in the fintech. So this enables student to learn in a modular way some things which cannot be covered in the full-fledged course. Our fifth feature is distinguishing a distinguished speaker series. While in practitioner sessions, the students get exposed to the functional experts, but we want them to also have a 360-degree view about the business and also a view of the business from a perspective of a leader. So here we invite CXOs to share with the students how they went about building businesses and how they lived up and faced through the challenges. Our sixth feature is industry immersion, where we have close to 12 to 14 weeks of summer internship. So we believe a 12-week internship is giving adequate time to students to experience the problems, the issues the industry faces. And it also gives time for the industry practitioners to to learn more about the adaptability of the student, which can ultimately help in connecting better to the corporates. Uh, the IMT Hyderabad also believes that taking is one part of the equation, but giving back is something which enriches students and professionals' life in years to come. So, in that part, social immersion is one of the initiative at IMT Hyderabad. One of the activities which is done under social immersion is that students in the campus, they teach some of the students who are from financially challenged background, and they give them exposure to excel and succeed in life. IMT also sponsors certification courses for students through Coursera, and we also encourage them to take up more certifications in emerging areas. The domain inputs that are shared are also reviewed by the industry practitioners, making them very contemporary. So broadly, these initiatives we feel create a very rounded professional who is industry ready. Next slide, please. So as far as the last year placements are concerned, we had a highest package of 31 lakhs, while the average package was around 12.2. As you can see on the slide, the top 10 offers averaged around 23.2, top 50 around 17.2, and top 100 close to 14.8. Next slide. As regards the specialization wise placements, as you can see, finance topped with around 31 lakh as the highest CTC, averaged around 12.3. Marketing also followed with the same kind of CTC, which is 31, while the average was around 11.55. IT analytics around 20.3 was the highest, while the average was 13.52. Operations, we had a CTC of 16.9, average of 10.8, while HR, we had 13.55 and average CTC of 13.05. We also have three categories of scholarship. The first one, which is for the meritorious students who score above 90 percentile in CADSAT or above 700 or 645 in 10th or focus edition of GMAT, they're eligible for around 40% of the tuition fee for under the meritorious scholarship. Female students are eligible for around 20% of the tuition fee waiver, While we also have a third scheme, which is called as tuition free waiver scheme, where up to 45, where up to 5% of the batch might get close to 100% of the fee waiver on tuition fees. Next slide, please. So as I was talking about global immersion, we have close to 25 universities with which we have agreements where student exchange, both inbound and outbound, takes place. So currently as well, we in the campus have students from different foreign-based schools, and our students will eventually also be there in the third term. Next slide. So these are some snippets from the campus life at IMT Hyderabad. So as far as campus life is concerned, we divide it into three broad categories: curricular, co-curricular, and extracurricular. So curricular and co-curricular, I have discussed in detail in the initiatives. So extracurricular, we have 5 functional committees and more than 10 clubs. And these functional committees are in a way aligned with the processes which shape students' life. So it could be hostel, it could be mess, it could be placements. So likewise, students take ownership in different processes at IMT Hyderabad, thereby giving them a taste of the responsibilities to come to them in future. So that is it as far as IMT Hyderabad is concerned. I'll request Professor Matharu to take over to talk about IMT Nagpur.
Thank you, Dr. Nikhil. Thank you, Dr. Ravinder, to allow me to speak about IMT Nagpur. So, good evening to all of you. Just a brief idea about what IMT Nagpur does, and before I start, just to mention that Nagpur is at the center of India, geographically, north, south, east, west. Britishers used to measure measurements, of distances across the country using the 0 mile in Nagpur. So and of late, a lot of companies have started setting up shops at factories and offices at Nagpur, and it's becoming more and more important over the years now. We were established in 2004, so more than 20 years now. We have a very strong alumni network of more than 5,000 alumni now, and at various levels, some even in the top levels in the various corporates across the country. And we have also, proud to say that many of our students have become entrepreneurs. They are, doing very well in their life, doing their own businesses. We keep on inviting them, of course, whether it's alumni, or even the business people, and we kind of have a very good interaction with the students here. We also have tie-up with 28, universities across the world, and so that students can go and learn from them, and these foreign students can come and learn here, so that there is an exchange of ideas, exchange of understanding business across the globe. And apart from that, why one of the important things we talk about to choose the IMT Nagpur is that we use a very robust pedagogy, and we use a lot of professors you will find here using case studies, simulations. We also have using experiential learning. We have tie up with the like National Stock Exchange of India to kind of do a finance course or investment course. We also have Bloomberg database where you get data across all the companies across the world. So all this helps us, kind of to give you a very rounded personality, and kind of give you a very good learning experience here. Next slide, please. Okay, so just to quickly talk about the infrastructure here, there's lush green campus, beautiful campus. When people come here, they do not want to go back. Okay, it's spread over 27 acres with 4 hostel blocks separate for boys and girls. We have very well-stocked library. We have very good sport facilities. So those who are wanting to do apart from studies, you want to do many other things. So you have a football ground, cricket ground, badminton, basketball, lawn tennis, name it, anything that we have it, and we got an open gym, a closed gym. Okay, and apart from that, we also have a doctors on the campus with they're available 24/7. Ambulances are available. So all those facilities help you to get a very good, comfortable life. Apart from studies, all other things are also taken care of. Next slide, please. So these are the three programs that we have. So PGDM, PGDM Marketing, and PGDM Financial Management. Now, the PGDM Marketing and Financial Management, by its design, you can see that PGDM Marketing will have the marketing as a major, and you can choose or not choose any of other subjects if you want. In PGDM Financial Management, your obvious major will be financial management, and you can choose other areas as well if you want to. And the PGDM, which is not having any specific words mentioned here, it is open so that when you are entering into this particular stream or the program, you will have the choice to choose whether you want to take marketing or financial management or human resources or operations or in fact business analytics. That's a choice is open to you. So that's the advantage that we have here. So in PGDM, we have 240 seats. PGDM Marketing, we have 60. And PGDM Financial Management, we have 60 seats. About 360 seats is what the total we are offering. And these are the different specialization areas: marketing, finance, the HR and OP, operations, economics, and what we call that as BA and IT, business analytics and information technology. Next slide, please. Okay, so we like various other institutes and even sister campuses, we are accredited by NBA, and also we have this SAQS from MDSA. These are the two accreditations that we have. We are AICTE approved, and all our PGDM programs are equivalent to MBA, so you can use that for your benefit in the future studies, or if you want to go for government jobs, etc. And we are also in the final stages of this AACSB accreditation, and this will be we hope to get it very soon, so that that adds mark of another quality assurance on us. And apart from that, we are also ranked highly in various places, and especially if you look at NRF, we are in the top 100. And there are others that you can see there. This IRF and even the Careers 360, we are ranked very highly. Next slide, please. Okay, so this international collaborations, of course, we talked about 28 institutes across the world. Typically would happen in the month of January to March or April in the first year. So typically you have 3 terms for the first year and 3 terms for the second year. So the first 2 terms you will study here, and the third term you are allowed to go outside the country. Of course, we have to nominate you. There will be a process involved in that. We have to vet you depending upon your CGP, etc. And then you will be able to study outside the country for 3 or 4 months. And those subjects that you study there will be carried on your mark sheet. So it's going to be a very, very good learning experience if you are able to go abroad. Of course, it involves a bit more cost, but that's for living and staying only, because the tuition fees need not be paid by the students. Next slide, please. Okay, these are some of the pictures where our students have gone, just to give you an idea that, and of course, apart from studies, travel also happens. Yeah, please go ahead. Okay, and of course, we receive a lot of guests from the corporate to give you a lot of input about how the industry works. Now, a very important thing that we want to highlight is that we call ourselves very proudly a student-driven campus, because a lot of activities that are happening in the campus are run by the students. So we have 2 kind of committees, we can call them core and non-core. The core committees where kind of the probably the bigger activities happen, the placement, the admissions, the interaction with the corporates, with its alumni or entrepreneurship and international relations. All these are particular kind of committees which are controlling. The students are kind of running the show very well here. And the learning experience is great, because they learn on the job, and they understand a lot of things about how to interact with the outsiders, etc. Now, apart from that, still, of course, you'll have different kinds of interests. So if you're interested in music or some subjects, whether it's marketing or analytics, or you want to join some ventures, all those possibilities also exist. So we kind of give you a lot of opportunities to learn on your own as well. And joining these committees, whether it's core or non-core, gives a wonderful learning experience. Next slide, please. Okay, this is just to give you a quick idea about the placement last year. Highest CTC is 20 lakhs, average is about 10, and median is about 9 lakhs. And these are the companies that you can see that have come here. And of course, we keep on getting more and more companies added to the list every year. So just a kind of indicative list. And many of our alumni are placed in very good places, and they also keep on coming back to the campus for hiring and sharing their experiences as well. Please go ahead. Okay. Quickly, just to give you an idea about the fees and the scholarship, we currently will be charging 16 lakhs as fees, which includes all your charges, including stay, hostel, academic fees, admission fees, etc., etc. With that, there is this lure of the scholarships. If you are scoring 90 percentile and above in CASAT, or for a GMAT score, depending upon which edition you give, 700 or 645, you get a 40% waiver on the fees. So, out of the total fees of 16 lakhs, actually you pay only 9,89,200 for all the things, including your stay and living here. Okay. Apart from this merit-based scholarship, we also have a scholarship given to all female students, and this was done precisely because to encourage more gender diversity, and we have gained from there, and the number of girl students have gone up over the years. And so there, all the girl students, according to this scholarship, will get a 20% waiver on the academic fee, and the total fees payable will be totally 12,94,600. Okay, and apart from these two categories, we also have which is a AICT mandate, which is a tuition fee waiver scheme. So as per AICT rules, supernumerary 5% of the seats can be, eligible for this particular waiver. And here the waiver is 100%, and the total payable fees mentioned here is 2,89,000 inclusive of everything. But apart from that, is another thing that we want to add, that once your first year is over, you get another opportunity to get some scholarships depending upon how you have studied during the year, what is your score, what has been your behavior, and also your socioeconomic status. All put together, you might get some more scholarships as well at the beginning of the second year as well. Right. That's, I think, yes, over to Professor Harvinder Singh. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Mataru. Good evening, everyone. I'm glad to be back. And I'll quickly take you through the details of IMT Ghaziabad. I'll do it quickly so that we have some time left for Q&As. IMT Ghaziabad is the oldest campus, 45 years of legacy, as you all know. And our biggest point is our alumni network, which runs into thousands. In fact, we have more than 4,000 students who are occupying C-suite positions. So I jokingly say you apply to any organization in IMT, chances are your CV would be handled, processed, or decided by an IMTN. We have a robust network of 55 international partners. I'll share names of a few prominent ones subsequently. And when it comes to pedagogy, IMT Ghaziabad is characterized by its ability to sense changes in the environment very quickly. So we are on top of what's happening in the world. So for example, be it digital, be it analytics, be it AI, we are the first ones among the top B schools in India to act upon. So we have a Bloomberg Finance Lab, we have an AI clinic, we have a digital marketing lab. Every software relating to these fields, we're the first ones to catch hold and integrate that into our curriculum design. It is because our design is not made in vacuum. We actively engage with industry experts, alums, practitioners, take feedbacks, and keep on revising our content for existing courses, and we keep on introducing new courses. In fact, you would see in the next few slides, we have actually come up with new programs altogether looking at the needs of the industry. Next slide, please. And if I talk about IMTs, we are really proud of them. They are everywhere. I can't have 4,000 names on this slide, but you see all kind of industries. So you have automobile industries, Bajaj. So we have Sumit working over there. We have family-owned companies, all old names like Godrej. Sunil Kataria works with them. To think about tech companies, Meta, Divya Vadera. You think of Swiggy. We have Lak Sharma. We took off infrastructure, GMR. We have Harpreet. They have Girish, Neha working in health card, health sector. So these are some of the names. Sachin working with GovTech in Singapore. We are really proud of our alums who have take brand IMT all across the globe, and we look forward to individuals who would want to be one of them. Next slide, please. These accreditations and rankings are important because, see, there's no sense me saying I'm good. We are an open system. We open ourselves to scrutiny and audit by third-party independent bodies, be it ACSB, be it NBA by Government of India, be it SACS. They come, they audit us, our processes, our records, our claims, and once they are convinced about it, they give their seal of approval. So these are actually third-party independent validations of what we stand for. For example, in NIRF ranking, this time we have made a quantum jump of leap of 5 places. We are among top 30 in India. And please remember, in this top 30 list, top few places are kind of firmly reserved for IIMs. Fine. So in terms of private B schools, we are only a handful of them. We are among a handful of top B schools who are in top 30 bracket. Financial Times, again a very reputed publication, has ranked our Masters in Finance program #1 in India and 66th in the world. And QS rankings, again, the global rankings are Masters in Marketing in 101 plus category, Masters in Finance in 151 plus category, and Masters in Management, which is PGDM, in top 151 programs in the world. These are global rankings. Next slide, please. Yes. So I was talking about more than 50 international partners across all continents. So if I have to name a few, we have partners in the US, University of California at Davis. UC Davis is a very proud name. KEJ in France, Leipzig Graduate School in Germany, ISEG France, or Alba Graduate School in Greece. So we have lots of exchange, a whole variety. We have student and faculty coming and going as a part of exchange. We have research collaborations. We have multi-country programs in which the students go and complete one term in the partner school. We also have a dual country program in which you spend one complete year at an international location. We'll talk about that subsequently. And of course, at IMT Ghaziabad, we also have language classes for people who are interested in going abroad and being a part of their PhDM or MBA. I'm using these two words, PhDM and MBA, interchangeably because almost all campuses of IMT have a certificate of equivalence given by AIU. As per that, the PhDM programs are equivalent to MBA. Fine. Next slide, please. Very important. Please look at the color codes. These three color codes. So we have 5 programs. Fine. PGDM, PGDM Marketing, PGDM Financial Management, PGDM Dual Country Program, and PGDM Banking and Financial Services. So the 3 color codes indicate the 3 different architectural platforms. Fine. For example, PGDM, PGDM Marketing, and PGDM Financial Management comprise of one family. They are based on one curriculum architecture. For example, PGDM Marketing student is someone who would specialize in marketing day 1. PGDM Financial Management specialization is pre-decided. But in PGDM, there's a bit of flexibility. See, in a typical program, there are 2 years. Each year has 3 terms, so there are 6 terms in a year. In IMT, specializations start in these programs, PGDMs, 3rd term onwards, means January onwards. So in a PGDM program, when you join, you have the option of waiting till, say, November, December. And then you decide whether you want to go for marketing or finance or operations or HR. Fine. You look at these major specializations, 4 options. However, if you are offered PGDM marketing, your specialization is pre-decided. However, your specialization classes will start in January along with PGDM students. In fact, in terms of architecture, there would be practically no difference between someone doing a PGDM or a PGDM marketing if the specialization chosen by PGDM guy is marketing. The only thing is there's an element of flexibility, plus PGDM people have 2 more specializations to look at. They can specialize in human resource management also. They can specialize in operations also. Now, apart from these major specializations, there are 8 minor specializations. For example, anyone who is doing a specialization in, say, marketing through PGDM or through PGDM marketing can do a minor in remaining 7: finance, HR, operations, IT, strategy, analytics, or economics. Fine. So broadly speaking, we have 4 major specializations and 8 minor specializations. PGDM Dual Country Program is a unique program in which students join IMT Ghaziabad campus for 1 term. Then they leave and go to Dubai campus for term 2, term 3. They do their summer internship in Dubai. They do their term 4 in Dubai and also pursue international career opportunities. And they have the option, they come back in term 5 when the placements are happening in India. So they have kind of dual option, fine. And then, of course, term 5 and term 6, they complete in India. And the course architecture, as I said, is different because it's on a different architectural platform. Specialization are also very different and advanced. For example, they don't have typical finance; they have advanced quantitative finance because Middle East with Dubai is the hub of financial activity for Middle East and North Africa region. Because Dubai is a wonderful port, so international trade and logistics is another specialization. So they don't offer plain vanilla operations. It's specifically international trade and logistics. And then, of course, international business and marketing is third specialization offered to students of PGD and DCP. PGDM Banking and Financial Services is a very unique program in the sense this covers the entire 360-degree range of banking and financial services domain in India and across. And interestingly, in this program, your specialization electives or courses start from day 1. So you have your courses, specific courses starting in term 1 itself. Whereas in other programs, PGDMs and PGDM DCP, specializations start in term 3, January onwards. In this program, day 1, you start doing your specialization courses, sector-specific courses, highly focused program. And that is why we say IMT is very proactive in judging what the industry needs, and they keep on designing new content, courses, as well as programs. Next slide, please. Uh, the courses are designed in a unique way. When we offer you a specialization in marketing, say we offer you a bundle or bouquet of courses in consultation with industry so that you are actually shaped up for a particular career track. For example, sales and pre-sales is one track. So if you are opting for this, we offer you a bouquet of courses which will make you a very suitable guy. And this input, what courses should be fit into this, comes from industry practitioners. So digital marketing, banking and media, branding, media and communication, banking, capital markets, wealth management, operations and supply chain, HRM, business analytics, technology management, sustainability, business incubation, entrepreneurship, business consulting, and other emerging areas. So we are actually giving you bouquet, a bundle of courses under each specialization to fit into these roles. Next slide, please. So placement-wise, the numbers are in front of you. Last 3 batches, last year has been an exception or an aberration in the sense the batch has turned out to be large. We have actually corrected that this year. So you see the numbers, average CTC is 16 lakh, median is 15, and the highest was 41. But as I say, 23-20 batch was an exception and aberration. And subsequently, we have made corrections. The next batch and the, of course, batch that we plan to enter will be much smaller. Next slide, please. So if you look at sectors that rely on IMT Ghaziabad for manpower, so you see all. So you see consumer goods, you see tech, you see infrastructure, you see consulting, you see logistics, everyone. All big names, Indian companies, multinationals, Indian multinationals. You name any big name in India and the world, it's there on the list. Next slide, please. And of course, as IMT has been actively trying to attract bright youngsters, so we have those scholarships, for example, for PGDM programs and for BFS, Banking and Financial Services. If you have 98 plus percentile in CATSAT and GMAT, you have 750 or 705 plus score. Depending on GMAT edition, you are eligible for 25% tuition fee scholarship if you are a male and 30% if you are a female. Apart from that, for DCP, we want to encourage bright students specifically. So if you are a 95 percentile in CATSAT or 720/675 plus in GMAT, or depends on edition, you are eligible to the same thing. So in DCP, scholarship starts at 95 percentile. In PGDM programs, including BFS, it starts at 98 percentile. In addition, we are very serious on improving the gender diversity. That's why all females who get into any PGDM program get 25% off on their tuition fee. Now, if a female is eligible for both Sri Leena Nath Memorial Scholarship and merit-based scholarship, they would get one, whichever is higher. Apart from that, Government of India, AICTE mandates 5% of sanctioned intake to be offered as tuition fee waiver scheme, in which students get 100% fee waiver on tuition and they pay only living expenses on campus. We do offer that. That's all I had to share with you. Now we are open to questions and discussion. Please feel free to ask questions.
Good evening, everyone. So the first question is directed towards Professor J.S. Matharu. And it is, can you elaborate a little more on scholarships offered in the second year?
Okay, so fine. So if you just go back to the slide, of course, the details are not available here, but still, just to tell you that these scholarships that are available in the second year are dependent upon what kind of marks or the CGPA or the grades that you get in the first year. Second is also partly you will be given the benefit whether you are having a particular amount of family income, and third is whether you are kind of your overall behavior has been in the right direction or not. You have not done any misdemeanors, or you have not misbehaved, or no offenses are against you. So all those things put together, then we decide, okay, on the basis of that we will award x number of people x amount of scholarship. That scholarship varies across the years, so we cannot specify an amount here. But apart from, so one is that, and secondly, apart from that, every topper, let's say in a PGDM like program, so let's say PGDM finance will get an X amount of money, PGDM marketing will get an X amount of money. So depending upon your the program and your specializations, you also get some kind of scholarships. That's all I wanted to say. Is that answered?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. The next question is directed towards Professor Harvinder Singh. What is the weightage assigned to various attributes of selection?
Okay, so if I talk about evaluation, as per AICTE test score, CAT, ZAT, or GMAT has to carry a weightage of 35%. Your academic performance has to carry a weightage of around 25%, if I remember well. Yes. Work experience gets a weightage of 10 and the interview gets 25. So it adds up to 100. Fine. So four components: academic performance, test score, work experience, and personal interview.
Okay, sir. Thank you. The next question is directed towards Professor Nikhil Rastogi. What are the roles and exposure given in PGDM logistics and supply chain?
Yeah, thank you. So the roles are more related to logistics and supply chain. So the specializations are into areas of ports, imports, and they're also looking at the entire ecosystem of supply chain. So largely the roles will be related to the sector of logistics and supply chain, because the tie-up that we have with CI Institute of Logistics, the companies they are aligned with are mainly into this sector. So the roles will also be into these sectors.
Okay, thank you, sir. So the next question is for Professor Harvinder Singh. A candidate is asking that he took a break after graduation for UPSC preparation. Will this impact his candidature?
We, as I mentioned earlier, we want people who are committed towards management. So if the gap is a couple of years, that's understandable. But if it's more than that, it depends. Honestly speaking, we need to look at the candidate's profile, but chances gets weaker if the gap gets longer. Fine. The issue might come, the hurdle might come at the shortlisting stage or at the selection stage. But the exact decision actually depends on the number of applications we receive and the quality of applications we receive. Fine.
Uh, so the next question is also to Professor Harvinder Singh. Since freshers may come without industry experience, how does IMT help them build the soft skills and professional readiness so they can compete with peers who might have prior experience?
Okay. If I recall the presentation shared by Dr. Nikhil Rastogi, he talked a lot about industry connect. That's one way. If I have to incorporate his answer also into a more comprehensive thing that applies to all three campuses. See, there are structured ways, there are unstructured ways, there are curriculum-based activities, there are extracurricular things. For example, when students come on campus, when freshers come on campus, we have industry interactions with alumni, with industry speaker, with guest speakers. We want to sharpen their soft skills. For that, we have special workshops, or we have those presentations and discussions, etc., as a part of the evaluation scheme of curriculum. But then everything does not happen within the classroom. There are a lot of activities that we have actually planned or we actually encourage outside the classroom. We have a peer group which is comprising of half the batch of experienced people. So when we make student teams or groups for each course, these are normally a combination of freshers and experienced people. So peer learning happens. Given them projects, assignments, field works, we encourage them to participate in events, case study competitions. In all those competitions, the judgments, evaluations are done by industry practitioners. Fine, there are live projects people do. A lot of live projects are offered by different clubs and committees in IMT in consultation with, in collaboration with the industry partners. So as a result, even freshers get to gain a lot of practical exposure as a part of the learning process within and outside the campus. And I remember Dr. Nikhil Rastogi mentioning about industry practitioners coming, sharing their experiences. I would invite Dr. Mataru and Dr. Rastogi to add more if they want to this question.
Okay. Thank you, Professor Harvinder Singh. So, so let me take an instance as one of the facets of the program was a 12-week internship, which is an extended internship. So what also happens is once the students are back to the campus in their second year, we a lot of time gets request where the company wants to continue that internship even in the second year, but because students are on the campus, then we translate that into continuation of internship through a management project. So the student is working off online on the same project, and the industry mentor has more exposure and understanding of the qualities which help the student in executing the project. So this this gives them a good lot of experience, and a lot of times this translates into PPOs.
Okay, I can just add one or two lines on this. Is that when we're talking about industry, kind of interaction that happens. So we have tried to make kind of compulsory that every course there should be some industry speaker coming up and discussing at least one session on the latest business practices. That's one thing that we have followed. And also, students get a lot of interesting, learning from live projects. That's another thing. And also, we encourage, this certifications. This helps us, kind of to get you into those mode of what the industry wants. Fine.
If I may conclude, sum up everything, I think I mentioned earlier also, nearly all good B schools have half the batch comprising of freshers, so that's not a big concern. And all institutions actually orient them, train them better. In fact, having a mix of freshers and experienced people works very well because even the experienced people need to unlearn a lot of things. And they learn a lot of creative ways, fresh way of thinking from freshers. As freshers learn the way industry works from their peers in the batch. Fine. It's basically a give and take on both sides.
Thank you so much, everyone. Before we conclude, the last question is when is the deadline to apply?
If you have not checked the website, please do so. 28th of November is the date. So the application closes 2 days before the CAT exam. But I would strongly encourage you not to wait till that time because, as I told you earlier, if you are, say, based in, say, a city like Indore or, say, Kochi, and you want to appear for interview closer to your location, make sure you fill the application form and book your slot as quickly as possible before the capacity available at that location gets exhausted. And then you'll have to travel to a different location that may not be comfortable to you or preferable to you. Fine. So we request you, though 28th November is the deadline, but that's still 18 days away. Don't wait for 18 days. Well, any other question?
No, sir. As we come to the end of today's seminar, I'd like to take a moment to thank all of our speakers and participants for their valuable insights and active engagement.
Thank you. It was a pleasure interacting with the audience, and I thank my co-panelists also.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Yeah, thank you. And all the best to all the prospective students.
Yeah, thank you, everyone, and all the best.